There are all kinds of rules in life, some serious, some silly. If you've ever been forced to obey one that you thought was silly, you've probably wished that you had the power to override it. One of the most powerful men in Albuquerque came up against a rule he thought was silly. What he did about it led to a city investigation and has Katie Kim on special assignment.
There is no shortage of adoptable dogs and cats in Albuquerque animal shelters.
Our major goal is to get animals out to good homes.
So when anyone walks through these kennels, workers are more than happy to help adopters find their perfect match. But one visitor to the shelter last year caused some concern.
I went to the shelter to adopt a single animal with my family.
Albuquerque Chief Administrative Officer Rob Perry saw 2 dogs that caught his eye. The problem? A kennel worker told Perry those dogs were unavailable, saying it was against department policy to show them to him. According to this report by the city's former inspector general, dogs are considered unavailable if it seems they may have owners and are kept away from other dogs and the general public for a few days in case their owners return. The report states that rule didn't apply to Perry.
I said, can I pet the animal? And the lady said, well, because of liability purposes, we're careful about that. And I said, I'm a city employee. And so I called the director.
The IG report states Perry got Animal Welfare Director Barbara Bruin on the phone and handed the cell phone over to the kennel worker, saying, quote, "It's your boss."
I told the kennel worker it was fine because I knew he was safe and the dogs would be safe.
Bruin admits the employee was uncomfortable with the decision, but Bruin says exceptions are made to this verbal rule all the time. The IG asserts otherwise, saying Perry was given special treatment because of his high ranking.
So you were able to pet the animals even though they were not allowed to be pet?
That's correct.
Because of your position?
That's the allegation. Of course, I run the entire city and I can go to the zoo and pet animals at the zoo and otherwise.
Is that an improper use of your position, being able to do things that private citizens might not be able to do?
I would think that it's utterly ridiculous to assert that that's improper.
Perry says he followed all the rules, taking the dogs home after their waiting period was up. Perry also says there is no policy prohibiting workers from showing unavailable dogs because it's only word of mouth.
If it's not in writing, there exists no policy that I know of.
Perry says he has no regrets.
And as ridiculous as that sounds, that's what I did, pet the animal before we adopted him.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
Director Barbara Bruin says there is no plan to turn that verbal policy into written policy. Now, as for the report on the investigation, the city has not made it public because it was sent to the wrong review group. It has now been forwarded to the right reviewers. We will get it when they are done with it.